Banking is a tough business, especially when RBI is watching over you and your product itself is money. Axis Bank was one of the few private banks allowed to operate in India in 90s, and the competition among these big private banks was intense. But still, Axis managed to become the third largest private bank in India. If you want to know more about how Axis Bank started and its story, I have made a dedicated video on it. Check it out. So in this video, we are going to discuss some of the genius strategies implemented by Axis Bank, which helped it to become the leading private bank in India. Banks offer three types of deposits: current accounts, savings accounts, and term deposits. Banks pay highest interest rate on term deposits or FDs, and they don't pay any interest on current accounts and pay very low interest on savings account. So, CASA deposits are cheap source of funding for the bank and term deposits are the costliest. So having higher CASA deposits is always beneficial for the bank. But Axis Bank was lacking here. HDFC and ICICI were leading the industry with higher CASA deposits. To build higher CASA deposits, the bank need wider number of branches and ATM network so that people can deposit money. But Axis Bank was not spending on branch network expansion and lagging here as well. Due to very small number of branches, Axis Bank's CASA deposits were just 15 to 17% of the total deposits, and rest of them were term deposits on which bank was paying higher interest. Enter Jayendra Nayak, who joined as a Chief Managing Director of Axis Bank in 2000. Under his leadership, the Executive Director Hemant Kaul took up the task of winning the retail market. So, Axis Bank was clear on what it wanted. It needed to attract customers to open account with the bank and use that relationship to give them loans, also known as cross-selling. So they came up with a simple strategy. Axis Bank has to target the right customers in a right way. Until then, branch managers were blindly targeting anyone from NRIs to senior citizens to sell their banking products. Obviously, it was not working. But now, bank had a clear plan to attract new customers. For example, a low-cost sales force was used to attract low-income customers through the call centers, while a high-end priority customers were given in-person service and a dedicated relationship manager. However, Call's biggest win was getting the salary accounts of government departments and armed forces. The market for private company salary accounts was already dominated by HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. So Kaul concentrated on government departments and managed to get the salary accounts from Mumbai Police, Delhi Police, and teachers in Ahmedabad public schools. Another big win for Axis Bank was getting good share of all the bank accounts of Indian Army. So much so that the record for world's highest ATM belonged to Axis Bank for a long time for its ATM located in Sikkim at an altitude of 13,200 feet. Other innovations included adding an accidental insurance cover of 2 lakhs to a salary account in 2004, which no other bank could dare doing at that time. Normally, the cost of providing insurance to employees was charged to employer, but Kaul cracked a deal with National Insurance Corporation to provide this service at a very low cost. This was a great selling point to sell salary accounts to corporate companies and government departments. Hemant Kaul implemented some innovative strategies for increasing the number of ATMs by locating them close to the bank branch. At the end of year 2000, Axis Bank had 69 ATMs. In the year 2001 alone, this number increased to 303, and today this number is 10,990. Opening ATMs close to the branch helped Axis Bank in 3 ways. 1. It increased the command area of the branch. 2. Axis Bank was in a better position to compete with other banks, mainly the government banks. 3. It increased the brand visibility. However, the biggest strategic move was to change the name of the bank. Initially, Axis Bank used to be called as UTI Bank because its parent company was UTI or Unit Trust of India, which was the only mutual fund available to Indians during 90s. While the UTI's brand name was useful in the earlier years to set up the bank, it had lost most of its brand value by 2007. Firstly, UTI Mutual Fund had lost market share to several private sector players. Secondly, and most importantly, UTI got a bad reputation for its involvement in the infamous Ketan Parekh scam. Jayendra Nayak used this opportunity to get rid of the UTI's association. He wanted UTI Bank to have its own identity and brand. UTI became Axis Bank on 30th July 2007, and it is the only example of large private bank completely changing its identity. To put things in perspective, the rebranding involved changing the signboards across 600 offices and 2,457 ATMs in 346 cities, towns and villages. All this is in addition to new letterheads, visiting cards, checkbooks, etc. The name Axis Bank was chosen among 50 names. They wanted to be a pan-Indian brand, and the bank was also planning to expand its operations in international market. They avoided some funky name since it was a corporate bank. Finally, the team shortlisted Axis Bank. The brand campaign created by advertisement agency Ogilvy and Mather involving twins was memorable. It had the tagline, "Everything is same except the name."
UTI Bank is now Axis Bank. Everything is the same except the name.
The second major investment in branding was done when Shikha Sharma was the chief managing director in 2010. This began with Badhti Ka Naam Zindagi advertisement campaign in 2012, which loosely translates into Progress is Life.
Axis Bank, Badhti Ka Naam Zindagi.
The bank continued its brand alignment towards customer aspirational needs, and to this end, for the first time, Axis Bank signed a Bollywood superstar Deepika Padukone as a brand ambassador in June 2014. To create a strong brand connect with the youth and affluent customer segment, they needed a brand ambassador who could connect with this customer segment and also showcase the essence of the brand, that is, Badhti Ka Naam Zindagi. Deepika perfectly fitted this definition. She is not only an accomplished actress but also a youth icon for the country. She has progressed in her journey from being an accomplished badminton player to a model and then to a very successful actress. She is on her journey of progress, representing the new India which is young, hardworking and aware of the world around them. This was the first time a private bank used Bollywood star as a brand ambassador. ICICI Bank used Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan in the past. However, the choice of a youth icon was a deliberate move for Axis Bank to fix its position as an aspirational brand among the youth. Under Shikha Sharma, bank also noticed that there is an opportunity to target rich, affluent customers. So in 2014, a service called Burgundy was launched, which is an exclusive service targeted towards rich individuals by providing personalized services. It was a success. Another factor which worked in favor of Axis was its employee-friendly, result-oriented work culture that attracts and retains talent. In an age where employees are frequently switching companies, Axis Bank was able to retain the top talents. There are many employees whose employee codes are still in 4 digits, dating back to the time when codes were first given. This shows that they have stayed with the bank for a long time. Early examples of this work culture include introduction of employee stock options in 2000 and continuous salary hikes to align with the competitors. This employee-friendly image of Axis Bank has significantly helped in its success. Today, Axis Bank is the third largest private bank with 2.8 crore savings accounts, 4,758 domestic branches and 10,990 ATMs. Not only in India, Axis Bank has its offices in 8 international locations. All these efforts from Axis Bank has translated into a fantastic stock price performance. Axis Bank stock has given consistent returns since its IPO in 1998. A rupee invested in Axis Bank's IPO in 1998 would be worth 244 rupees today. That is more than the returns of Nifty and Sensex. So that's the video guys, hope you liked it. If yes, share it with your friends and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.